back from my walk. That was pretty good. It's not raining as hard as I thought it was. Well, it's not worth it taking the risk going up that thing. I did it over the summer because I remember I was like emotionally had to take that walk. And it was like on that bike path, the puddles were like shin deep. So my feet are pretty soaked. I might actually be able to get another walk out of these sneakers, but yeah, they're pretty. This one I think actually has a hole to my foot at the bottom of it. But that's part of trying to get people to stop walking by preventing them from having proper footwear, which leads to literal starvation. So the lung cancer is compassionate. The intestinal cancer is compassionate. The leukemia is compassionate. It's all compassionate. You're either the other species and it's your extinction, or you're my species and the situation is so dire where you are that God's getting you out of it. So you don't have to suffer the rest of what the other people around you are going to suffer. So once you're gone out of here, you don't have to worry about that. So the restrictions that you place upon me don't stop your extinction. It's just so much brain loss, it's pointless to even discuss, to be honest with you. As God got you in your various delusions to help you die. It's not a punishment. You're not being, in terms of your delusions that keep you calm, you're not being tricked. It's just, everybody's going to go altered when they die, whether they're my species or your species or a squirrel. What do you think those mice are thinking when a bird comes and gets them? Sure, they're not, aware of what the fuck's going on, because God is not cruel like that. All right, so I guess I don't really have a reason to go back out. I thought about it. I'll just wait till tomorrow. There's not any reason I gotta do it today. Other than just hungry. That would be the only reason I'd even be thinking that. Like I'm Camilla in that video yesterday. That was yesterday, right? Like I'm Camilla trying to fasten up some reason why I'm taking a jaunt out to all the where there's desserts and shit. Desserts, beef jerky. She's got to stop at those vendors and talk to them. That should be enough reasons for today. That's probably about it. Oh, that's gonna stay open anyway because I gotta dry that stuff off. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my umbrella because I thought I was good about keeping it open when it was wet. I opened it, it looked like it's rusting. That I got outside of the Goodwill. I even got it outside the Goodwill over here. I got it from a donation. Yeah. So. Bunch of shopping carts out in the Dedham Walk because those people must be using shopping carts. I didn't feel like pushing one all the way back here. Like I thought about it yesterday. Like I was like, well, I'll walk out there and then there's never any in like East Dedham Center and stuff where there's Veterans Road what's that, O'Brien Way, in that it's supposed to be another disabled veterans, which it's probably not. 3 right there, but there's no shopping carts like that. So they probably don't walk anywhere. They probably have Meals for Wheels, or they're driving, or they're having food delivered. So, anyways, he's planning on fixing his truck. That's his business, but you do, you go. Like, there's drugs at Newmarket, but I'm pretty sure you could get drugs at Newmarket. This is the thing if you're trying to go out with women that are older, or you just happenstance on my walk. You if you're trying to go out with someone that's older, you have to be completely blunt about it. Yeah, it's women older don't want to bother young hot dudes. Yeah, otherwise, simply a coincidence. Yeah, and you're supposed to run right into the person. You're going to stand out in Dedham. Yeah, in Massachusetts at all. There was 2 of them. One of them, I think, was with his father. God knows he might be like really young. And the other one was in Dedham Square. There's no dudes like that around here, so you people stand right out. So learn to be mean to disgusting females, please. Yeah, and probably dudes too. People are wicked disgusting, and they're irrational. They're like that toilet that thought she was going to marry Brian Buchanan. If you saw that, you'd go, I don't understand what this is. He's going out with Mary. Like, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, like, and if he even had anything to do with you and he's not just trying to spice you with fucking drugs and you end up looking like Rebecca Donahue before you die, there's something wrong with him. Like, his friends would need to show up and go, what's going on up here? Dude, you're losing it. You don't have to go out with Mary, but that's disgusting. It's other ways to get money. The chick that Derek picked up after walking down the Ave with me is probably better looking. Anyways, I had to take a shower and change my clothes. He's down there cooking, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I know you just go, oh my God, seriously. That's why it's good to just have. That's why I just ate peanuts every day. I just go, it just becomes really easy and you avoid all of that. So that's why on the way back, I was like, should I go up the thing? You don't have the funds, Mary. Give it up. So now I got to wait for him to get out of the way so I can wash these pistachios. Cook them. I cook them because I have to wash them because they have salt on them. Not, I would just eat pistachios if they were unsalted. I prefer peanuts, but I used to do all the different nuts. As everybody knows, it's gotten worse and worse and worse with each passing year. It's just monstrously insane. These people do not eat the food I eat. They just want to make sure I can't. It's really sickening. And then that's the only thing that they can bother me with. And then I look bad. I don't think I look bad, just like Brian Buchanan doesn't look bad. I mean, if you're going to judge it on the way he treated me, fine, but not what he actually looks like. You can't tell when someone's just having a thing and then they just clear it up and it goes away. You'd actually not go out with someone because of that? Yeah, I guess make sure your boyfriend's because he didn't look like that when I met him. So make sure your boyfriend's got a skin condition afterwards. Now you'll put sunglasses on? Okay, cover up those eyelashes. Great. And a hat to cover up that hair. Fantastic. I don't have to tear apart an ex, but obviously I wouldn't be friends with him. That's not a way you break up with a person. That's pretty cool, especially someone who's been through what I've been through. Yeah, you should care about that when you're going out with someone. That's why he was given so much leeway over 6 weeks. Duh. When you learn something about people, then obviously, yeah, it does affect your patience or whatever you're going to tolerate for a certain amount of time. But you can't become codependent about it. But some of these people, oh boy, and after a week, I mean, yeah, you give a person a chance. All right, you're going to go to detox recovery. Who knows when you're not actually having relations with them? Who knows how long that could go on with if they're not abusing you? Right, but you just go, after 3 days, I could tell that I liked him, and so I wasn't gonna put up with it. Yeah, I mean, I tolerated that crap with, Patrick to a certain degree because you don't actually like him like that, and you just go, "Well, now it's at the point where I'm annoyed, and you're interfering with me, cozying up to Michael Florian." No, I could tell it was affecting him, which is not really exactly your business, especially since you're not my boyfriend, and you left with Rebecca, and then you got rude. And I'm clearly not helping you with your drug problem. I mean, like I said, I never told him he had to leave Mound Beach, just he couldn't sleep in my tent with me anymore. He decided apparently to leave Mound Beach or something after that. Not I'm not insane like Karen, like I own Mound Beach. But I think I have the right to say if someone's sleeping in a tent with me or not, especially when the tent is this big and someone gave it to me to use, not Patrick. But yeah, Michael Foran was obviously pissed. I would never do that in a relationship. Patrick doesn't know any of that stuff. And what was the other thing he was doing? He all of a sudden wouldn't take a shower with me. First, it was yeah, he walked down because it's two separate. It's an outside shower. Got it? Right? It's like it would have been the chance to have a conversation with him by himself away from Karen. So, and it's a walk, right? So, anyways, and I could see that there was no place to shower on Mound Beach. And Karen told me she was taking water from a water fountain and pouring it on herself. That's not exactly a shower. And they had been camping there since what, May? Right. So, okay. So sometimes, like if she was having trouble with him getting him to shower and change his clothes, like weird science, you go, okay, so I'm going to go down the thing. Okay. And then he said, yeah. And then after Patrick showed up, I asked again because it was going to be the next day. And he said, no. So it was clearly related to that. And then Karen figured it out and we all went down there in typical Karen fashion. And they still didn't take a shower. I did. I explained to them the whole process. She never went into the bathroom, so I know she didn't do what I did. She may have went to the outside shower, which is better than a cold water fountain. That water is hotter. It used to be. They probably shut the thing off because they're so deranged. Everyone's going to turn into Dawn. They try to do it to Brian Buchanan. They try to do it to me. It still wasn't open when I left there in May. I left in mid-May and they still hadn't opened up the bathroom at Wollaston Beach. Right? Just it's clearly being done on purpose. Right? Just you people are so bad. Anyways, expect cancer. Yep. And then at least one, I think it was two houses right on that beach there fixing up. Do they give one to Mary to live in? No. Do they give one to Brian to live in? No. Do they give one to Patrick to live in? No. Okay, people that are completely depraved. So anyway, when you're on my land, I don't do anything but wait for God to get you off of it. So that's clearly what's going on. Some people do ask what's going on. And like I told you, I can't tell her what's going on because of him. So what's going on is the Passover. It's in the Holy Bible. So someone who read a Bible cover to cover several times didn't miss that part of the Bible. After 2 days, it's Passover. So the Son of Man shall be sent up to be crucified. It's called a thermonuclear missile. Gonna take the shower. Oh yeah, do it while he's out in the kitchen. That's the positive part of it. There we go. What am I gonna put on? All right, if I'm not going back out, what am I gonna put on? Put the maroon pants back on for the rest of the day? Like comfy pants, and then what else? La ta 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 ta, la ta ta ta, la ta 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 ta, la ta ta. Yeah, I got these jeans too. What kind are these? Wasn't this another brand? No. It's called Universal Thread. These are a size 2 as well. Brian Buchanan. Guess it depends on how cold I feel. It's supposed to be warm today, so I gotta fix this before I go to the shower. I started washing out underwears and bras, but it's probably not gonna. I'm still gonna have to do laundry. Every day, I'm shuffling off to put the music on. The other laptop. Every day, shuffle. I have walnuts that are unsalted, but I don't want to use them until I have to. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I could probably cook them and maybe cook them with raisins. Maybe the. Something on that bra was irritating me. Like literally like rubbed my skin raw. That's what happens when you don't have proper gear, Brian Buchanan. That's why I have those shorts. I can't just wear shorts on a walk. I have to have certain things that someone left out of the donation. Because I don't want to do those short things that Bill Clinton used to wear. That people wear at the marathon. I don't want to wear those. But like stuff like that, the Adidas ones, even though it had an elastic band, whatever it is I do, that wasn't affecting me. But in case people were wondering, they're not dressing like that to show off. Yeah, you just don't understand the nature of doing anything repeatedly for long. That's a lot of repetitions of movement. So the certain materials will completely rub your skin raw. You like to the point of bleeding. I'm sure it's worse for them. I don't even walk 26 miles, never mind jog it. I don't know how many it was, whatever it is from here to Framingham, but I didn't do it in a straight rip that day. No, I didn't do just continuous walking. When I was in Albuquerque, I didn't walk 26 miles nonstop, but it was about 26 miles a day. What am I over here for? I need to be over here. I can feel I'm already getting cold. And I'm like headed over there, probably for the road. Where's that sweater? I'll put the sweater on. Nothing's going to match, but it's all right. Oh yeah, I'm totally serious. Whoever the parents are of these people, just well, if they're living with their parents, but like they will attack these people until they can put them in jail. They're completely deranged. They already used to do that crap anyway, and it's way worse than it used to be. There is all kinds of stuff going on. I don't think it's really hidden from the public anymore because when it's widespread and it goes on long enough, everyone that you know, it doesn't even matter how isolated you are, you eventually realize. Yeah. One of the key clues is you don't see anybody hot. Just like when you walk around and you never see a female walking or jogging anymore, but yet there's still dudes out walking, you know something's wrong. Either it's going on in their individual households where the meals that they're living with won't let them to go outside, or they've gone outside and they've been bothered so much by meals that they refuse to go outside anymore. It's something, right? I mean, you've got obviously brain reduction in a population that won't walk anyway, but why do you still see males walking? I notice things. And then for a period of time, I think females came from another area and I saw them walking around this walk route around Stop and Shop in the Ponset Valley. I don't think they were from here. And I'm sure they noticed it too. Not it's my imagination. And then stuff like happened to me with that dude. And then there's another dude in the same area. Unless it's two different dudes, that would be three dudes that won't stop bothering me when I take a walk. It's part of brain disease, and I'm not the person who beats the fuck out of these people. Other people do that. It's harassment. It's part of dementia. That's how I would handle it if I had a badge. It's part of dementia, sir. It's part of brain disease. So we're just telling you it's harassment. Just talk to people you know. Don't go out in the street and say good morning to people or anything else. As weird as that seems to you. I mean, clearly, people were told to socially distance 4 years ago. We're in the 5th year of it. Okay. Not a vaccine got rid of that. That's why they had to be told that. Okay. Because it's basically a group diagnosis for a population. That's why they started doing all that, staying 6 feet apart, all of that. The stuff with the face masks and the gloves was helping so that they wouldn't touch their face and stuff and touch food in a grocery store and not touch people in a store and stuff. Any reason, excuse me, it's all part of dementia. It's all part of brain disease. The brain makes up things. Nobody's accusing you folks of anything but having brain disease. Your family is not with you all over the place. That's another thing that happens because I live with someone. Okay. That's another thing where they think everybody is a member of their family. It's part of dementia. So if people want to have get-togethers at a certain church or something where that's accepted, people like myself avoid those places. I have to go to certain places, like on my walk, and food pantries and a grocery store when I can, when I'm not in one of these horrifying periods where, what is it today? It's their job to shred people. And then next week it'll be some other reason they're doing it. All part of dementia. She does it too. She sees me cooking food. Aren't we on a lockdown? And that makes sense to say. She wasn't calling it a lockdown in 2017 when she had to be sectioned to the VA because of it. Get it? Okay. The brain makes up things. 213. He's cooking food. So I'm gonna wait. I mean, obviously he wouldn't say, he's not like her. Or at least he hasn't gotten to that point. If I just went down there and took up a burner, I'm sure he wouldn't say anything. It's happened before when I've gotten hungry enough and I'm just not in the mood. And I just go, can I just use this burner? Like, when you're hungry, sometimes you're a little bit irrational because clearly, yeah, every day he cooks 2 meals generally. So, I'm not implying he's doing it on purpose, no. Certain things that I've seen gone on in the past are warning signs about a person's brain disease. Things that were definitely quote unquote done on purpose. I don't like to get into a debate whether people are conscious of something. That's why I don't care about that. It's just this, and that. Anything where they're leaving pans all over a stove to block it, things all over the table so people can't sit at it and eat like they would do at a Jared, can't prepare food, things like that. Especially when you see things placed in an area where you were just preparing food the day before. It's clearly blocking and brain disease. It's marking, blocking, indefinite brain disease. So don't get, if you are living with someone, and don't get into a debate about why they're doing it. No one's saying that. It's just if you could keep your mind abreast to things like that, that would be great. You have to tolerate shit like, can you better manage your hair? That might be a message for you because that was something that Candy used to get into with him, and it's just a thing. You could miss one tiny hair somewhere and they flip out. She did the same thing because their brain is sick, and it tells you that they actually do stuff on purpose and they see things as an offense. Yeah, and you just, because at first I was like, all right, I'm not going to be like irrational because clearly people can make a mistake. Maybe there was a hair in the bathroom or something, right? But when he ever started saying something about weird smells in the bathroom, and did I do my hair? You mean take a shower and it smells clean? Right? Because you removed air freshener from the bathroom. So I know he's definitely got, but it's actually helping to make sure that she stays clean because he's not going to allow that smell in the house. So just things I've noticed going on that, well, this came up in the walk. Some things you literally cannot care what people think. Right? God explained it to me about forcing me to live in that other house with them. Like they know that it bothers me to not be clean like I was at my house. They know it bothers me, and it becomes anything they think bothers me. They try to make it seem like I'm dirty. Things are like a projection of themselves because they're mentally incompetent. When that chick said you should see my apartment, her apartment is probably disgusting. She's probably a hoarder and can't keep anything clean. Because some of the discussion was about people stealing stuff in the house. She said it was going on that house for like 5 years before I got there. Well, clearly there's a time for people to go into a nursing home or back to the shelter. I don't understand storing people like that in a room when they can't cook. So, or all they do is drink all day. It's not beneficial for them to be in a room. That was the whole concept of that shelter. That's why you had to go outside in the daytime. But whatever. It is what it is. It's almighty. So they're out there to be put down. Just point blank. If that's all you do all day is lay in a room and drink, and you don't work, you're not in your own house paying rent. So it sort of does become people's business, especially when we are being told there's no housing. There's no resources for me. There's no housing. Okay, making resources. After $47 trillion, there's still no resources in 14 years. I can't care. That was like a big discussion on the walk. In order to get people to remain calm, they're going to make up all sorts of things in their head because there is no excuse, right? It's just psychopathy unbound. So just be glad you don't have to listen to most of it, but it's going to run the gamut. Proving things, saying you're just like them, whatever it is. They had to do a revenge on people because of some made up thing about them or a made up thing about their mother. Like they just completely it's just part of psychopathy and you can't care. It's just about keeping a population calm for them to die off. Like them realizing that they're in a mass extinction is not going to change them. But it's just they're not in some sort of a thing where they're ever going to wake up or realize something. And God just keeps telling me, you don't care about any of that. Like, I'm not sure I did anyway, but you just go, they're just going to die. So you don't have to care what they think. Right? That's the important thing, is that they're gone. I was not really doing that, no. I don't think I ever really cared what they thought. I thought I was just doing my job. I'm not really like a do-gooder, as you call it. I'm not interested in changing people's minds, right? It's just, I'm a prophet. I was called by Almighty God in 2011 to start doing what I do as a prophet. So that's what I've done. So that's, if you were wondering about myself and my thoughts, you go, okay, they're not my species, and I can see that it's not going to work out because they won't stop breeding. Okay. They're never going to understand that they don't have really anything to contribute to a planet. They make up things. Right, like they should keep producing retarded people that are violent and don't serve a purpose here. In an ecosystem, even, never mind your world system. Okay, and then people with thinking minds have been forced to limit their family size to try to keep up with the economics. So they don't understand why some people made more money than they do, all of those things. So some of them took advantage of the free college. That's good. Okay, and then the rest of the people were not allowed that. For what reason? That just destroys a species, quite frankly. I remember that discussion came up with him like 15 years ago, and it was, he flew into an effing rage that he didn't have free college, so why should anybody? You don't have the propensity to study medicine, sir, and save people's lives. Medical school is quite expensive, sir. So that would be why some people should have free college, okay, based on their academics, rather than what they look like, or the fact that somebody else didn't have it. Like, that's an entire mindset that's the destruction of a species. Why should anybody? Someone else didn't. Okay. Right, just the whole confusion about married women and whores. That was another one. why shouldn't I have to work? Because I married someone that could work and support me financially, so I didn't have to. That's the answer. I'm not a whore, right? That would be why I didn't have to work. You didn't marry well or marry at all, so that's why you have to work. But so, anyways, and we get alimony. So that's the other thing. And then you steal people's minors. So what is that? They don't get child support and EBT cash. Okay. And then you outlaw alimony, so I don't get alimony. Okay. And then you do whatever you're doing with Social Security, so I don't get Social Security, and you don't realize how profoundly insane you are still. So God kills you, and then you don't exist anymore. Not I have a discussion with you about it. I don't recall socializing with whores. No, I don't think there was any Bobby Long fans that were whores. I think that they were married women, and a lot of them did also work. Like at the children's school, even the children's friends' parents were married. So I don't think I generally socialize with whores. No. Sluts, maybe. Especially when you're not a homemaker anymore and your children are all adults. It just has to do with every word that comes out of your mouth would have to be censored. So that's crazy. I have no interest in that. I don't have an interest in being forced to interact with people that are mentally retarded. I didn't go to school to work with the mentally disabled. I went to school for nutrition. So I don't know how else to answer that. Right, just people buy a house, they build a house on it in a certain neighborhood where they expect a certain type of person. And that's basically who was living there as far as I knew. You had a couple of them where anybody that wants to enforce homeowners laws is low ovum, as I call it. This is a rural area, dude. I mean, I told Alfred not to go with the platted neighborhood. He still won't listen. We left another neighborhood because of you things. And then some of them want to get a horse and they put up one of those, I call them aluminum fences. That's not horse fencing. Jesus Christ. That's why you're on this side of the neighborhood. We're not doing that over there. Nope, don't worry about our grass. Yeah, you just go, Jesus Christ, you're not bringing that stuff here. No. No compassion whatsoever if people had no way to cut the grass, too. Like, they should just be fucking fined and kicked off their property. Just like, whoa. You people stick out like a sore fucking thumb. Would you win the lottery? How are you even in this neighborhood? Anyways, I'm saddled to this thing that wouldn't buy stuff that's not platted and just stick a cow on it. Yeah. You go to shops and you spend $1,500 on a handbag when you're with this. They're not intelligent beings. So, anyways, the home and garden work didn't work out, which I hope to acquire actual land, and then none of my children would ever have to worry about this bullshit that goes on. But obviously, I'm sure you things formulated a plot. Like the woman that bought that ticket for me to get the fuck out of New Mexico, her and her husband were just forced to sell a whole ranch out there because you people are deranged. They were probably existing in Night of the Living Dead. Here comes another one. What the fuck do we do? Shoot it dead? Are we going to go to jail if we start fucking pegging these people off? So I was just walking through a neighborhood because the power was out. Boom! And then you're on a television acting like the person who shot you is fucking deranged. Anyways, That's why some people probably went, I'm moving to the fucking city, Mary. Yeah, we were forced off the ranch, but just once we saw this shit going on, like you reported, we were the fuck out of here. And then here we are sitting on the fucking pavement going, the SNAP office is closed again today. Fan fucking tastic. Yeah, we're all fucking scumbags. We're drug addicts. Jesus Christ, man. Just fucking profoundly retarded beings. But anyways, clearly being put down by thermonuclear weapons. 2:30. Woo! Oh yeah, I'm supposed to make my schedule for April. I'm gonna make a whole, not a society, I hate that fucking word. Just Alfred stomping around the house like a typical retard. You gotta live in a society. Two people going, we have your airplanes. We're not living in a fucking society, dude. Jesus Christ. Back to the swimming pool. Oh, that's right. No, you removed us from the swimming pool, dude. Real fucking swift. Jew heaven. Psh. Oh, that's right. We can't be fucking happy either. Gotcha. Mac and cheese, dance parties. Nope, can't have that. Fucking asshole. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. It's a lot of Jew hate going on. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 Jews. 4 Jews. Yeah, that's a lot of Jew hate, dude. Some of them are going to seem like that because they're fucking Jews. In case you missed that memo. So then we said, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And then they fucking killed us all and put everybody on a lockdown. And they're still over there trying to tell our mother that we're fucking living. And then pretending to be us when we're fucking dead. Year 5. Keep running the fuck around. Because obviously in 2020, they thought that everything was fucking completed and over. And everyone puts those masks on and fucking kills Mary. Anyways, tomorrow's Good Friday, apparently. Okay, I got 2 sessions of arms. I know because I'm waiting for him to be done. That's why I'm trying to distract my fucking hunger. All right, so let's see. Like I said, they will force those dudes to flip the fuck out and try to put them in jail. Like the disgusting animals they are. Some of them thought I am a fucking dude. That's why that happened to me at a train. Just fucking embarrassing. They're gonna put you in jail. Carb week. Let's see, carb week. So I guess Friday the 5th would be the first day with then obviously food pantry, since that's the only way I can get fucking food. As they keep trying to stop me from fucking walking. So don't expect anything but thermonuclear weapons till these fucking creatures finally drop to the ground and the SNAP food cards get turned the fuck back on. Not people flip out and brandish a fucking knife and all this exciting shit that goes on. That's not a regular annual fucking event. right? Shit is allowed long enough to get these people to fucking kill you people. Not I do something. Other people do it. So every single time you destroy a fucking walking program and you're trying to terrorize these people's fucking children through attacking me, eventually they will fucking kill you. Yes. So people are not agreeing to live on a fucking land piece where women sit 24 hours a fucking day. Okay? Not doing it. Women have fucking firearms too, in case you didn't know that. You might want to take a look. Take a look, see. See if you have any female fucking cops, for one thing. See if they look like they're sitting on their ass 24 hours a fucking day. And then disgusting animals prance around with the fucking projection ass like a monkey and telling everybody they have a flat ass. It's all they fucking care about because their brains are so reduced. It's really gross. Sometimes it's helpful to explain to people why they're doing something, and not you're insulting them. Because the videos tell you, toilet, see how it sticks out like that? That means something when you're a fucking monkey, not when you're a Neanderthal. Brian Buchanan. Obviously, muscular bums and abs and arms. That doesn't mean a man is gay. Maybe after a while, he would probably start getting abusive. Yeah. If he didn't fix himself up, that's what happens. Yep. You got to watch out for when they seem insecure, right? At first, it's a little bit cute, I guess, but then you go, like, yeah, it's not good to try to go out with people that have problems like that. You really have to be sort of a ball buster. This is another thing too about even marrying neutered males like Alfred. Apparently, the one that he's with now is like gross. Like he's married to Candy. Yeah, like just yeah. Just anyways, I was told by people that have been around her and him at the same time and stuff that it's um, sort of wicked domineering and stuff like his mother. But anyways, yeah, like they become abusive. A dude like that was actually abusive towards me and trying to make me feel insecure about myself. And you just go, I gotta get the fuck away from you now. Yeah. Like all those inner thoughts for 20 years, yeah, they become outer thoughts real quick. Like, I'm not with you anymore. Okay. Like, you're still trying to barrel ass through this house and shit because you hold the purse strings that you simply because I haven't done anything legally to you. Everything that you and your child have been doing completely illegal to Florida law. Oh yeah, you just in some ways it's kind of a good example, and then you can see that roll out all over a land piece over 14 years. That's why him and her were getting like that. Yeah, you just go, you learn stuff about people. You go, just because I'm not at a lawyer's office, okay. So you just keep doing more and more stuff. And I realize from you how sort of wicked sociopathic you are as a person. It's shocking, absolutely shocking. So I'm sure at Framingham State College, you did some whacked out stuff probably to Lois, and then you put on a mask like a female, like you're a victim of something. When you clearly accosted her in a bathroom naked and punched her in the face. Right, you obviously did it. They kicked you off campus. There was a whole hearing. She showed up with an obvious fucking blackened face. You tried to get a lawyer that wouldn't even help you. No, just clearly, right? Just a person who with a persona that he had to pretend to live in the whole time he was with me. And then as soon as he felt that he had another person and she worked and everything, all of a sudden, here he is again, a monster. So it's important, I guess, to some degree to listen to what another person is saying if they're all over the internet and they're allowed to be. And I don't know if that is contributing to the lockdowns. And you go, I don't think it's helping you folks. It makes it worse. It's almighty. Like nothing you can do can actually stop what God's doing in terms of protecting other people and social distancing. Right? Where you go, this came up in the shower again about Brian. He broke up with me, not I broke up with him. Even Jeremy knew that. Right? Because he knows he's a fuck. Right? So he had to concoct some story about I broke up with him. And clearly Jeremy knew that. Did you see me on a phone talking to Jeremy? And he knew it. He was probably in that Facebook page. You just go, no one believes that, dude. She was already out here and explained it all to us. Right, so that was afterwards. But before I went out there, they knew it. Because there was people in that page. I believe there was people in that page reading it. And just the whole thing didn't make any sense. They knew that he left Quincy with me. So the second he says he's in a hospital, what happened? How'd you leave? Da, da, da. Right. So they knew he was a fucktard. That's life there. Yeah. That's life there. So, well, if you don't want to be viewed as a fucktard, then don't enter into courtships until you're mature. And then you can break them off in a proper manner. I think some people I understand the syndrome, like I explained about Nicole and myself. Okay, I understand that, but that should never happen in proper courting. That should never happen in proper courting. So if you have a drug and alcohol problem and you keep using that as the excuse, like you're a Nicole or a Mary and Pete, you didn't know how to get out of it. Okay, you initiated the sex acts, not me. Okay, and then you were brought to a hospital, and then all you had to do was call and break up with me. But you called and left gross stuff, which I will say you were clearly on another drug that induces that. That's why you were doing it. And then as soon as they wouldn't give it to you anymore, apparently, right, just not caring about anything or anyone but drug use. So that's good for a person to realize about himself. If he didn't know that already. So people do weird, shocking things, right? Like try to go out with a person like that and then be so grandiose and delusional, it's going to be different. No one ever reported to me that they tried to have a relationship with him and what happened. Right. So you just go, I would listen to that about people. That's why it's good to proper court. And like it's good when you enter an environment where people are not gross and they're still hanging around people that they were involved with, which is a wicked problem within the shelter system because they're not allowed to get away from people. So even people that are not really that fucked up can appear to be fucked up because you're like, okay, were you involved with anybody at the shelter? Yeah. You have to explain why you're still there. Yeah. Like, yeah. Okay, why are you still in the shelter? Then why didn't you go to a different shelter? He had already left Boston. He already explained why he didn't live in Boston, so clearly he had an issue there. Why didn't you go into the shelter in Quincy? Make sure they give you an actual answer. Okay, like, is it because of Paul? Then just say that. Do you have claustrophobia? Were you prostituting in there? He was saying it's because he needed to drink. Okay. You just ask someone people put it in the bushes, or they ask someone to put it in their car. Not you get mad at Paul, a different Paul, and this other dude. Because every person I talk to, you're doing it. So you've got a wicked abuse in your background that's not going to be tolerated by me. Not going to be isolated like that. Every person he saw me talking to, he was doing it. Okay, and then I don't know about those two people, but then he later on started talking to them. So he's definitely, I don't know if he's had a relationship before. Yeah, I can't see anybody actually getting involved with him unless he completely doesn't give a fuck about them. Like he's prostituting the person out and shit. Like it's a complete John, because otherwise he's going to do the same thing. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, you didn't know? Maybe I don't tell you every fucking thing. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, yeah, just why you got something bad to say about these two people? You don't even know them. The jig is up. I told them, I go, they have a car. They could, why are you already on the defense about them? They could store that alcohol in their trunk. Oh, I see. Because he's saying something about them having a car. Because they're fucking drunks. They have to put their booze somewhere. They don't want to not go in this fucking place either. They probably want to eat and take a shower. I've had issues with that Paul guy too, but you just go, really, Brian? You don't know how to do anything. Like Donnie didn't want to talk to Nicole. You people don't know how to do anything. That's why you're roaming around on a street corner and in a tent. You're probably both shelter type people, but you just don't realize that. I know you go, dude, I run this fucking place. It shouldn't have made any sense. Your girlfriend is like a fucking brute in this place. I'm sure that Paul guy could have told him, that's your girlfriend? And you're afraid to come in here and she sleeps in here? Nah, you're full of shit. Something else going on. She's the shelter fucking bitch in here. I don't think you'd have a concern in this fucking shelter, dude. Something else going on. Like even that Paul guy, once we all realized what the fuck was going on, people come in and force him the fuck out. He has an apartment to move into, not to being assholes. Stop cutting off your own fucking foot with your mouth. Yeah, he's clearly got issues like that about, oh, I don't know, these guys and they got a car. These guys and they get a car, but I'm supposed to shake Steve-O's hand, and I'm not supposed to yell at this Chinese fucking person, whatever the fuck that was, who wants crack cocaine and won't get the fuck away from us. How does that fathom to make any fucking sense? Anyways. And then don't even get us going on that Judith person who comes in here and fucking busts people's balls too. Anyways, I need you to step out of the room. Oh my fucking God. People do weird stuff like that. Like they would admit themselves to that hospital and wait for that nurse to come in. Yeah, they would. Okay, so why am I alone in a hospital room with you? Oh my God. You people are as sick as Mary said. Yeah, we're closing this hospital down. Get it? Oh, that's I'm supposed to make a schedule. That's right. That's what I'm doing. Especially if he's cognitively reduced or he's mentally incompetent or something. I know you just go, how the fuck would this person get back out of this hospital in less than a day? Because you're trying to separate him from his fucking fiance. Is he going to go to a long term care facility? Does he have to reconnect with his family? Why are all those things coming up in the news? Like the Wendy Williams thing and the saying you're reuniting families and you're taking power of attorney over people and people are going to jail for drinking a beer and then they have to talk to their mother they don't talk to anymore. Did he have a girlfriend at the time? Or she mentions his name in the fake internet, so that becomes part of the drama show, and so he gets arrested, and then he comes here, and then you talk about it, and it's in the thing, right? And then she's got to go for her annual a visit to Quincy, and then come back and type stuff, or she doesn't have health insurance. Gotcha. All right. So, what do I want to do for? I guess I would do my regular walk on Friday. Well, it's a little bit, yeah, because the weekends is sort of okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I think I thought about this already. It's supposed to be Tuesday and Thursday, I think. Let's say Friday. For arms and abs is going to be twice a week. The only other way I can do it is Sunday, Tuesday, Friday. Then it's 3 times a week. I don't know about that so far. All right, so let me do. Okay, how about Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday is arms and abs. And then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday is walk. So it would be Monday, Tuesday, regular walk, Thursday, denim walk. How does that sound? That's different from last month. Well, I know I said it was only going to be twice a week, but I wasn't doing it on Sundays before. Yeah, because Sunday's always going to be not a walking day. Like it's going to be days that we're not walking. So it's almost like an off day because it's really not a lot of work. Some people are bodybuilders. Okay, so Right. This is like it's part of a program of like basic sanity and recovery, and it builds self-esteem. So it's important to do things consistently when you're doing that. It has to do with your mental health. Some people that have never been in a recovery program before, or they've never been in a long term therapy, like psychotherapy program before. Um, all right, so let's see regular walk. What I would do if you haven't been doing the program, I think that you should be able to do arms and abs 3 times a week. Say that you just did push ups because it's 22 modified push ups. They're not that, I don't think it makes a difference, me personally. Modified means on your knees, not you're doing like regular push ups like you see. I always do them like that. Right. So, in all the years I've been doing this, I've never switched to the other type of push ups. They're always modified. Okay, so I think that most people should be able to do 22 modified push ups. I used to do it when I felt like I had like that tennis thing they talk about, and you just put a little bit more weight on the other one. Okay, if you absolutely can't do push ups, then just do wall for a song. So just do abs for a song. You don't have to do it for 5 minutes. I would say pick like at least a 2 minute song if you can find one, or a 3 minute song. Okay. It's about finishing it, even if you take breaks and you eventually build up to not having to take all those breaks. So if you have to do 4 push-ups at a time, then do 4 push-ups at a time until you get to 22. So I think 3 times a week, if you just did that, I think you should be able to. It's something to do with your mental health that you can't do it. You won't stick to doing something. Okay, so and then the walking, you're already supposed to be doing 2 songs outside. We're way past 2 weeks of doing that. Okay, so um, whatever your walk is, you could do the same one Monday and Tuesday, and then Thursday, some other different walk. Like you'd have to make up another walk route. So there's 2 different ones. Does that make sense? Okay. Like here, um, even from here to Walcott Square and back, because you can get a soda. There's a general store right there. People are supposed to walk, and then you get your reward, whether it's a cup of coffee or a soda, a milkshake, whatever it is, that a pack of gum, a candy bar, whatever it is. It's a general store. There's also a liquor store right there too, but um, yeah, it's just right over the bridge to right there. I mean, that's not as far as walking to CVS from the other house. So I started out, I think it's about zero point 0.8 miles to get from 12 Flanagan Place to that CVS and back. I think it's the zero point 0.8 miles. So that's what I did at the beginning in 2014. So, and then after I did that, I would get 2 sodas because I quit smoking. After a while, I started walking farther and extending it to what I call the Dedham Walk. Okay, so um, these people over here that have been doing that, they could just go right over there. Yeah, I don't even know if I'd suggest going over that other bridge and then going down to Walcott Square, but right, that would. I think it's pretty much the same distance. It's kind of a little bit longer, I guess, where it just goes and there's a general store. Because going to Stop and Shop, clearly that's a good walk, but something that you're going to do every single day. Those are the people that are using. Yeah, I mean, yeah, This is 3 times a week with the arm stuff. So yeah, me personally, I make I don't like to make people do anything. Make yourself do that walk every single day. That's my recommendation. But anyways, for this argument's sake, where we're gonna believe that people that haven't been doing anything are actually gonna keep doing it when they only do it 3 times a week. Okay. I don't know. That will make them feel worse, I guess. But anyways, I did a walk, so there's a general store right there too. It's called Terry's, right? So you can either go there or go there. Those are 2 different walks, like you're doing the midday marathon. I'm sure in like New York City, I'm sure it's like everywhere you go, there's a. This is probably going to feel pretty lax, honestly, but we'll see. If I had to keep walking to the food pantry, I don't count that as a walk. Yeah, it's completely different than when I do my walks because I walk and it's like in the morning where I usually don't walk in the morning. And it's like I'm doing something for a purpose and then I just stand there and then I have to walk back again. It like I don't even consider that one of my walks, but um, I wouldn't change my schedule if I got to the point where I had to walk. Um, I used to do it. I actually kind of, in a sense, prefer it, especially if I have a cart. I would assume I'm going to have to walk there Saturday. So I'll set my alarm because I got to leave here about 8 o'clock. I think it takes me an hour, but then, yeah, I'm going to be more prone to showing up early. I'm usually not late for things, but it's not winter time. In the winter time, it's sort of like because you sweat when you're walking there and then you're wet with sweat and it's cold outside. So in the summertime, it's totally different and it's the weather should be fine. Okay, so we've got something every single day of the week. So that's, I guess, different. It's every single day of the week there's something. And then I can decide myself, say on Sundays, I want to do those jog walk things. I have Sunday and Friday if I want to include that, but I'm not going to put it on the schedule. But chances are I probably will do something like that. So then it goes arms, jog, regular walk, arms, abs, denim walk, arms, abs, jog, walks, food pantry. Yep, that's my walk schedule every day. As weird as that sounds. So I think I'm supposed to include wall lean in April, right? With my arm stuff. And that's my regular stuff I do. But I was using heavier weights. I started getting into heavier weights. All right, so tomorrow's arms, walk to food pantry Sunday, and then so we have how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4 days. 4 days to carb week. All right, let's see if I can boil some pistachios. It's 3 o'clock. Yeah, unless I just start cooking the food now. It worked out yesterday. I have to cook chicken again, so maybe I'll do that. That did work out yesterday. Um, I didn't cut open those plantains yet. Tonight might be the night I actually do it. Check out the situation. Ugh. almost completely out of fruit. Oh, let me put this away. Today. Oh yeah, I got those cookies too. I got at the food pantry last time. I guess I'll put the bed down since it's after 3:00. This is gonna go over here. It's gonna be tight quarters today because of this thing. That's why I don't like to have the door open. Oh yeah, they have this thing on Pluto. I don't know if it's worth watching or not. Called Room 237. It's about The Shining. It's like a documentary. Obviously, it's like film geeks that like that film. So they made a documentary film where they analyzed The Shining. I read the book too, but it was a long time ago. I can't be quizzed on it now, but I did read it. In case people forgot, more of a Dean Koontz fan than Stephen King. Like I watch his films and I've tried to read his books. It's just not my style, I guess. I'm the odd person out because everybody likes Stephen King novels. I don't know. Like the only way I can describe it is they're too descriptive. Like obviously he's a wicked good writer. That's why people like it. It's like I'm sure they probably consider reading his books like watching a film. That's why I don't want to seem insulting. It's just not my. When I read, I guess I like to do imagination myself more, even when I'm reading somebody else's story. Like he's like I would be as a director, but he does it in his writing. Just in case you were visualizing something else. That's how I would describe Stephen King novels. I think I read Carrie. Yeah, I don't think I read the one about the car. I think I read Carrie. It was either Carrie or Cujo. No, it was Cujo. Yeah, I read Cujo and whatnot. This is just not my thing at all. I don't even recall if I finished it. But I've read a bunch of Dean Koontz. It's just I don't read anymore. I've been doing other things, and the person I was married to did not want me to read. But I used to, from the time I was born, I was like an what do they call it? I like to read books. Like people have through my life destroyed things that I like to do. And it's like for real, the whole land piece doing it now. As opposed to the people I grew up with and the dude I was married to. You go, whoa. I guess if I explained myself at first, you might think it's my imagination until you go, whoa, okay, there's no way that's our imagination. The hell is wrong with people? It has something to do with exuberance, that word exuberance, because they're very, very depressed. Their brains are reduced and they're not in a good way. So God's got to make them a different species so they can be happy. Like they do not like exuberance in a person, so they clearly don't like children. Even though a lot of them say that they do, they actually don't. So, yeah, not a good place for children at all on this land piece currently. So, they don't like people that are naturally happy and stuff. It goes way beyond you're visually beautiful, it goes way beyond that. Uh, so it's like everything. I can self occupy. I don't have a lot of interest in them. I seem to be like well adjusted. I can overcome things that have happened to me. I don't hold a grudge, things like that. It's like a basic human being. That's why I said I represent a species. I'm not really implying I'm the best and I'm the only human being, just I represent a species. So you get me, like I said, you get the bitch, and then the whole planet goes, these people have to be put down. They're afraid of you too, but some of them have weaponry or God is forcing your species to do it. I'm open to either one of those. Right. It's just, it don't matter to me as long as you're gone. Like you'll be happier. It's like I saw a squirrel today. They get a high from me. Birds do. Okay. Just I don't even say hi to attractive males that I see. Right. So you just go, your thoughts are your thoughts, but you just don't bother them. Yeah. Just remember that on TikTok, man? If I had two videos I could pick, I'd have to pick those. Just to me, it's funny. I'm sorry. To me, it's funny. Especially the water one. Like the whole thing is that, but it was way more water than even I anticipated. And just because I'm in a room in a house, it was like, wait, I thought it was just going to squirt up and be a little bit of water. It was like a lot of water. Anyways, I'm sure some people have probably made spectacular. I'm not kidding you. They probably go the same thing. It's 3 minutes, and then they probably do something, and you'll never see it. And they will make sure that shit is deleted, just like they did to me. Just videos, artwork, commentaries, things that were written, stories, all deleted in a pile heap. Oh yeah, I like the dynasty, and then no one even knows what the fuck you're talking about anymore because they deleted everybody's Facebook page. Just everybody's artistic material, like they invaded the Louvre and burnt it the fuck down. You go, these people have got to go. Absolutely. Guts go. Like when I went to Versailles and went, doesn't she have a bunch of clues though? Like, wasn't that what we saw in the film? Where are that stuff? And they just look at you like dumbfounded. Is it the Hermitage? Because I went to Paris and they had an exhibit because it was some anniversary of Marie Antoinette when I went to Paris. I think that's how you might know. It was either 2000. I think it was 2007. And then they had some sort of I'm sure Alfred was probably just like, oh God, whatever. And I get to smoke cigarettes. Okay, that's all the dude cares about. I swear to God, because he wasn't supposed to be smoking, but he still was. He takes a trip, and that's all he cares about. You majored in art, get away from me. So, anyways, they had the Marie Antoinette exhibition I went to, and everything was this is on loan from the Hermitage. This is on loan from the Hermitage. And I went, okay, I got to go to this place called the Hermitage. So I booked a cruise that went there, went to Russia. in St. Petersburg, and Candy was supposed to go with me, and she bailed on me because that's when she met Norm. Her whole life went into the shitter when she met that dude, but she thought it was her saving grace. Just, yeah, I'm sure Gavin and Tony would be glad to hear that we didn't get to go on a cruise because those were the couple that we met on another cruise. That's why people like that don't expand their social circle. Right, you go, I had a bail on a cruise with the couple from Australia we met on a cruise because she's got a boyfriend and now he won't stop showing up at her workplace, so she gets effing fired right after she signed an agreement with her mother to pay a mortgage. That's exactly what happened. Then she had to get a different work. She was living in a basement apartment with him in his kid's house. You are a homeowner now. Why did you quit your job? Oh yeah, just anyways. Whoa, you waited until after this woman took out another mortgage with you, but everybody else is the bad guy. Everyone. Jim's the bad guy. His car got paid off by it. We all had to know that. Tommy's the bad guy. He got money to fix up the kitchen. We all had to know that. But never in a day are you the bad guy. Okay. The whole family does it. It's an epidemic. It's the them, they of the other species. They all do it. Right. So anyway, so also I didn't get to go to Amsterdam or St. Petersburg because of you. So I didn't get to see all those ice cream top buildings and the Hermitage. So yeah, I wasn't too happy. I was supposed to go to Copenhagen, Amsterdam, St. Petersburg. Where else did it go? Yeah, I mean, like a lot. I know there's a lot of places I want to go. Color me guilty. But clearly, I wanted to go to quote unquote Russia since I was like a child. But there's a lot of places I wanted to go. But anyway, apparently a lot of the stuff went to the Hermitage. So if you work at Versailles, I don't know if they have clothing, but so. Oh yeah, what time is it? 3:20. I put the stuff in, so maybe by 4 o'clock it might be done. So it's gonna be sort of dun 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 dun. Dun. Hungry, because then it's a whole nother hour after I prepare the thing. Hungry. Hungry. Hungry, hungry hippos. I have no way of knowing that. He might actually love museums, right? Just could have been there on my birthday. At least my admission would have been free. Had I not both of us not had a stay-away order to the entire MBTA and have no way of knowing that the museum was free for everyone in Massachusetts except for the Virgin Mother on her birthday. Isn't that fucking fantastic? How absolutely disgusting these creatures are. I think it's wonderful because you just go, oh my God, who on earth wants to be these fucking things? So they don't care the fuck about anything at the Museum of Fine Arts. Okay? Just that makes them the best. So we're going to go there. And everyone got the warning on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, you don't want to go there. They're going to take it over. They're going to have a fucking barbecue. Maybe they'll barbecue his mother right at the thing, sacrificial lamb. And that all makes sense. That's not him. He's straight to heaven. Whatever the fuck. We didn't murder him. Scour his fucking mother. None of that's true. He's going to meet us in heaven and we're going to love each other and be friends. I'm sure they never gave a fuck about what he was saying when he was here. Okay, and then you're going to march on Washington? Okay. Jesus Christ. And you're going to take free college? And you're going to stop saying you have a right to rape other people's wives and children, right? Woo! And you're going to stop judging people by the color of their skin. Whoa. Anyways. No, they're not going to tie anything. And you're going to tie something. They're not doing any of that. So, like I said, I'm almost completely out of fruit. So I'm going to probably take that blue backpack. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it because you feel kind of dumb, I guess. Walking, we got to walk all the way now to the food pantry with one of those backpacks on. Whatever. Be worth it when I. And then the people with the strollers go, like I'm trying to one up them. I'm not. If I had a stroller, I'd use it. I don't know how on earth Sandra ended up with Carol's belongings. It's really spooky. I don't know how that happened, if someone allowed her to end up with all of Carol's belongings, but apparently it was Carol's, the woman that died from lung cancer, that was living in a house with Pat. I know you go, how exactly did you end up with her backpack? Okay. But it had the little one inside of it. That you can sleep on that. That's the purpose of it. It's not really intended for it to carry a lot of stuff, but the backing is such that you can sleep on it. Anyway, so I was definitely glad to have it because it was an attempt. She was attempting to help me because I couldn't take my walk. Yeah, so anyway, that's pretty bad. The whole entire 2021 is just mind-blowing. So some of the things don't seem worse, but they clearly are. It's just that I'm not in Quincy, but they're clearly worse. Okay, because you just go, they won't renew SNAP food cards, and then you have people running a shelter that are probably kicking people outside that have no way to get fucking food. So that's why I said I don't think they've ever done this before. Right, so more thermonuclear weapons, right? Dry cast missiles, they've got to be put down. I don't care what they think is going on. They got 2 phone calls from me, and they didn't mail anything here for me to do it by mail. Okay. It's the same people that shut the fucking money off and stole it all out of there. How would I take a fucking train? And I told you I was not going back there. So if God set it up in their fucking diseased head that they're doing a dominance where they're going to force me to go out there because it's something I said I wasn't going to do, then it is what it is. It is what it is, and I'm just waiting for people to finally fucking kill you people. That's clearly criminal and attempted fucking murder. Enough is enough. Even when they were telling people to call them, we didn't have a fucking phone to call them on. Right? I'm done talking about just people that are murderously insane. That's not a fucking topic. Anyways, I'll probably listen to some music and shit while I'm waiting for the food because look at the news, stuff like that. Well, I'm like pretty hungry, yeah. But I think it's like, I don't know if there's stuff going on in the atmosphere because clearly this is not that really late for my regular schedule. It looks a little bit bright right now, so yeah. Tomorrow's arms and abs, and then tomorrow I'm supposed to go to the Dollar Tree to get soda. Yeah, it's right down there. Yeah, no, I didn't stop today. over in Dedham, going to the one over there because it's open now. It's right where Shaw's is. I noticed a whole bunch of Shaw's shopping carts, but I don't think they came from that Shaw's. There must have been a Shaw's that closed. Someone knows how to unlock those things. They're probably employees. Yeah. Over by the liquor store of all things, because I said it once, if you're going to drink, can you just at least walk there and not drive? Yeah. So people probably use them and then bring them back. I've done it. There was years ago, they left all these shopping carts on the other end of BJ's, like they were getting new shopping carts. Right. And I took one and walked it because I had like 12 packs. And I went, oh God, I'm just going to take one of these today. And I walked it all the way. And I remember cops went by me and shit. They don't say nothing. I walked it all the way to that house in Dedham. And then it was like that very next day, I walked it all the way back to BJ's and left it there. So they don't really do that much around here. That's what I was saying with that dude. There's like one person, I think, that lives in the corner and walks to the thing and back. He had like Corona boxes in that thing, right? And it was the way that he was talking to me. Yeah, so you just go, shopping cart retard, right? Just anything like that. That's community. Why would you have Corona boxes in a shopping cart and be trying to chat me up on a sidewalk? Like, he was dangerous. He probably doesn't even live around here. I haven't seen that dude again. He probably walked here from Quincy or something. He's probably one of the ones where you bait by saying they can't come out here. And then they do it and you realize how dangerous they are. Yeah, not you're necessarily a retard if you have a shopping cart, but they don't really do that out here. Yeah, like I think that there should be some way where maybe someone makes a donation to the food pantry for people to get carts if they wanted them, right? Or strollers. But I mean, strollers are pretty damn expensive. Yeah, strollers are pretty damn expensive. But I know the one in Quincy was giving out those shopping carts. That's how I ended up with the one I have. I explained to Candy bought one for my birthday, and then the one in Quincy. That's why I held on to it. I remember standing there at the library waiting for him to show up, and it was taking forever. And I was like, getting pissed. God probably wasn't even saying it. And I was like, am I supposed to just leave? I am not leaving this shopping cart here for another person. Like, some things I do where I go, someone else needs this or something. Yeah, thank God I didn't do that. Yeah, because that one was better than the one that Candy bought. Whoever donated those to that, what's it called? Interfaith? Yeah, I'd say it's probably got something to do with the nuclear weapons. Like, they just set one off. I can tell. You can tell all of a sudden it gets bright, but then it's already starting to get dark again. It gets bright, but then it gets dark, and then you can just tell. You're not the only people getting irritated. I get irritated too. Are they saying wicked fucked up shit in the TV? Because when I went down to put that chicken in, I could hear. Sometimes they do stuff on purpose. I don't know if they're doing it or God's doing it. And it's almost like it gives people an excuse for why they want to go, when it's the thermonuclear weapons. Just as an FYI. So if you don't require that, it does that for a while and then it dissipates. Yeah. Like I can tell that I am actually hungry, but I could also tell like something else is going on. So once you're sort of able to deal with that, when they used to do Black Lives Matter and they'd say, oh, that like you're supposed to be angry. What's with all these fucking black people? That's the way I took it. Like, what in the hell is with all these black people? Just because they're all like deranged black people. They're not just black people. You know? Yeah, it'd be better for me, like not talking, like music and stuff. I didn't eat lunch yesterday too, right? That's why I'm so hungry. Yeah. I need all that fat. Yep. Hopefully I'll remember. What will make me remember to put this on there? Because that's more fat. This is like all fat. Fat, the flax seeds. It's 224 grams of fat I'm used to having every single day. And they will not stop doing it. So believe me, God like reveals things for a reason. Yeah, where you go, okay, why are you doing that to her? Like, why would you do something so stupid to the prophet that tells us about it? Okay, that's definitely a warning about how fucking insane you are, for sure. You just go, it's fucking peanuts. There's a shortage of peanuts. They don't have the resources. Like they're in some sort of a God sent illusion where these people think that they're waging a war against me, that I'm the reason for whatever the fuck's going on in their lives. So they just do the most criminal, fucked up shit so other people kill them. And then essentially ending the species. They don't have a choice because these things have overtaken them. Not I did it to anybody. These things have overtaken their fucking population on planet Earth. So they got to kill them. Well, it'll work out. I'm sure like most of you guys are bored anyway. Like if you ever had like an actual sort of conversation about um, why would you want to rebirth in this physical body? Because honestly, I think you'd be doing just like me, right? Like God would have made you do all that weird shit I was doing, which wasn't really that weird, honestly, but it appeared weird, I guess. Um, like getting rid of my belongings. That's what we do. I didn't get rid of the children's belongings. Like, I didn't try to kill them. I know you just go, I just got rid of my belongings and started donating food to a food pantry because I was getting a lot of SNAP units for 7 people. What? No, was I getting it? I wasn't getting it for me, just for the children. I didn't have health insurance and I didn't have SNAP food. I had to get health insurance and SNAP food for the children because Alfred wouldn't do anything. Because he lost his job in the fall of 2009. So I didn't have health insurance. The children didn't have health insurance. They're supposed to wear corrective glasses. He wouldn't do anything to get them health insurance. Okay, him and that woman, they weren't taking care of the house. I went over all of it. So they just wanted to go on the warpath against me like most people. And for no reason, people get mentally ill and caught up in wrath and stuff for what they're doing. That's why I didn't. I talked to a lawyer. I explained it a million times. Talked to a lawyer in the fall of 2009. He asked me to wait until after him and his girlfriend took a trip to the mountains or something, where he's using a credit card when he knows we're already in debt. Just these folks were doing that to me for 2 years. 2 years. Oh, can you wait until after Christmas? Can you wait until this? Can you wait until that? When the dude was told in 2006, I wanted a divorce. I mean, that's a long time. So, anyways, that to me is a dead issue. So, in terms of females that dudes would still talk to, it's pretty scary. Why won't you renew her SNAP food card? Okay, so if I got in a relationship with you, you would kill me if I tried to get away from you. Yeah, you would. Can't lie about that shit when you're doing that to that fucking woman. Need a break. Just like you can't lie about shit when you're doing fucked up shit to Brian Buchanan. Fuck that guy ever do to you. Most of you are fucking sex offenders. You don't even think what he did is wrong. Give it a fucking rest. Remember that chick that said if you're drunk, you deserve to get raped? Remember that? That fucking tennis person? Whoa, okay, thanks for the truth about how sick you things are. She doesn't believe in fucking rape by intoxication or plying with alcohol. None of that are real things. Okay. Learn a lot about people. You can lie and tell a female you're going to marry her to get your dick rubbed and then just take off. Not even then invent a reason to break up, but literally just take off and go, aha. That's what you think. Just like Jen wasn't arrested either. Remember that? She committed actual rape, for fuck's sake. Okay. And then when I don't want to rush her, and that's a big fucking game. Not that's a law in Massachusetts called rape by coercion. Okay. Well, you learn things. I don't know what that woman meant, the chief of probation, when she said something about, did you get a rape kit? I never reported her. I didn't go to the police and report a rape. Does that mean the person didn't do it because the person didn't report it? How many times would people have to explain to you that most people don't report rape? Okay, so that means that the person's lying? Okay. How do you get a rape kit on a fucking female, by the way? Anyways, pubic hairs? Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into but they have all these terms because they want to go to a courtroom and they want to hear about it because they're fucking disgusting. That's why they go to trial. Rape victims don't always want to do that. They don't want to go through that. So that probably depends on how you look. If you looked like me, they'd make me go to a fucking courtroom so some disgusting person can ask me every detail 47 times about what happened because they're fucking gross. That's why people don't report rape. If you're disgusting, they're not going to make you go through that. They maybe do this rape kit, interview the person, have a trial. They don't get to fucking ask you all those questions. Right, Jody Arias? Fucking rest. Let's talk about, and then the MBTA worker said he was raping people right in the MBTA. I don't care. Here we go. Here's another one. We're going to talk about 14 ways we can make up an excuse to talk about people raping children. Oh, this is terrible. Here's another one. Got myself a girlfriend, and away we go. That's all Brian had to do. Go right on the Facebook page. Got myself a girlfriend. Phew. No one will. Nope, I haven't, because I'm just like doing this all the time. Just go, all right, now this is the thing. We're not actually going out, Mary Gladys, okay? We're just pretending, okay? And then we'll watch, and then away we go. And here comes security. Dun, 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 dun. We're helping you. We're navigators. We got to take you to court. We got to do this. And then just people go, you need to get the fuck away from us right now. Whoa. Someone eventually is going to set up a Channel 5 fucking news crew in the corner, hiding, waiting for people like that to show up. Okay, so what are you doing? Uh-huh. He didn't have health insurance? Is that the latest fucking insanity? Or you just make it, you're writing stories now, 8, 10 months later. Yeah. Ugh, excuse me. Is that why we were kicked off of Mountain Beach, by the way? I'm sure it was. Just Alex. Was I doing anything with Alex? He was only 24 when we were in the dumpster, and we were accused of having sex in a dumpster and spoken to like we were pieces of shit. Sex in a dumpster. I remember those days, and it's fucking George Papad and me. Like, whoa, okay. So we are nasty, gross, what? I don't know. What are we, nasty, gross Jews in a dumpster? So there I am on the beach with Michael Foran, the Amityville guy, but he's obviously very attractive. So it makes it funny, like James Brolin, right? And here they come. Here they come, the fuck brigade, that we're going to make up 14 excuses about why we're being removed off of Mountain Beach. I am not kidding you. He was 24 too. He's not my boyfriend. Okay, whoa. That's why I told you. That's why they flipped out about Nicole and Ron. But Betty White can do that all day and night. Well, when she was living, can do that all day and night because you think that Nicole might have a chance, and that's why you get like that. You actually thought I had a chance with both Alex and Michael Foran. That's why you flipped out, clearly, because look at how bad it got with Brian. You things are dangerous at this point. How do you, I mean, you don't even care, right? When you're past the point of caring, I mean, I'm insane and I love it. Just know that. If anything registers in your brain matter of recall of being around someone like that, just know when you get to that point. Some people would say that, Brian Buchanan, you, you don't even have to look like a movie star, but wait a minute, this one's your actual boyfriend. Ah. It depends on people's point of view. That's why I said I'm not going to do a whole dialogue about why the guy is hot. Why would I do that? He's not my friend. I'm not going to help him get laid. I could do that with Patrick because he's a friend of mine. But it, should you really? Would he really want me to do that, or should he? Does he want to go out with someone who just goes, "Yeah, I don't need you to explain to me why he's hot. Thank you." Get it? Yeah. I mean, it just depends. You want a real friggin' wife, or you want to be with another disgusting cha who eventually she'll be a toilet too because all their brains are dying. So, well, I don't know. Maybe it depends on her background. Yeah, because I'm not really seeing that with like married females. I'm not really seeing that going on. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know all females. Don't get mad at me, right? But I don't really. I haven't met any couples yet where really, unless you're Colleen. Yeah, I don't know if I really consider that a real married couple, but and it's not because they're homeless. That's a couple I'm familiar with, and all they do is fight. They shouldn't be married. It's been years and years and years of it. So the answer is not to lose me as a friend and have my fiance at your house with you like you've gone psycho, like Rebecca Donahue. That's not how you get a divorce. That seems made up, like you've gone psycho. Maybe she always was psycho, I don't know. But I just remember Brian going and they fight, all they do is fight, and I go, "Are you talking about Colleen and Michael?" Yeah, they've been like that at least since 2019. It's sad. That's why I don't stay in relationships when things are going sour. Like, it when it gets to the point where I'm like, "Why are you insulting me? Should we really still be going out? That's not time to go to a psychiatric ward. Why are you even with me? Get it? You just insulted me, like, in bed. Maybe it's time to go to a psych ward because why are you still trying to go out with me? Why don't you just break up with me?" For real. All right, I'm gonna shut this off.